Hello, guys. This is Kwabena again. Thank you guys for checking out our videos and just being with us on this journey with this project. Earlier, you saw different videos, and we gave you like a quick uh, snippets of different things that happen when you buy beachfront land. Here it is. We have a crew of guys, and of course, we have to hire different guys for different regions or wherever you are planning on building at. We have to hire these guys to do certain jobs, and um, this is a very tedious and strenuous type of work. But here it is. You see the guys are laying out the out the exterior design of the house. They're gonna lay out the whole complete box square of the house or shape of the house, and as you see, it will actually go down about 4.5, maybe 5 feet, even deeper, because we're building right by the beach. Um, if the camera pans around, you'll see that the ocean is close. Yeah, it's close. So I don't know. We have about 6 or 7 guys out there, and they are working very strenuous and very hard to get the job done. But um, these guys are in shape. They can do the job. Trust me. And you know that old story that black guys or black people are lazy. I'm telling you, when you come to Africa, you come to any West African country, you're going to understand that, or any country, East Africa, wherever, you're going to understand that we're not lazy people. I don't know who put that stereotype on us to where we are lazy. We're not lazy people. We come from strong people. We come from people that will take a shovel and dig a trench like nobody else can. So yeah, here it is that these guys are going to work, and they're gonna get the job done. Trust me. Um, some people say, "Well, why don't you use equipment?" Well, sometimes equipment is not available, so we have to use what we got. And honestly, sometimes the men are faster than the equipment. So yes, we are here, the Central Region area. This place is actually 25 to 30 minutes away from Cape Coast. So if you guys desire land and you desire land, you want to get away from the hustle and bustle, you want to be close to a village, hey man, this is the place to be. You see now, the trench now is up to this guy's hip. So you understand that it's at least 3.5, 4 feet right now. And they're actually going to dig it out even the more. So um, this is um, a very strenuous and tedious job, but I mean, these guys make easy work of it. But you see this saying, man, we are so blessed that the saying is soft, because in some areas that you go in and you begin to dig, you have to use a lot of pickaxe. If you guys know what a pickaxe is, it's like a pick on one side of the tool, and then it almost looks like a hoe. If you guys know anything about a garden hoe, but actually a little bit longer. So you see, these guys, they make quick work out of it. It looks like the further you go down, the softer the sand is, and you can see that. Hey, we're about 4 feet in the ground now. So yeah, you know that there's codes that you have to abide by when you're building close to beachfront land, and that's in the states, in the UK, Canada, etc. Um, when you actually design a house, whether it's beachfront, whether it's rural, whether it's city, you have to have approval from uh, and get your building permit from the building permit office, and they have their architect there to look over everything, look over your plans. So don't think that because you come into Africa and you hear the stories of, oh, you could do what you want to do. There's some order here too as well. May not have as many rules and regulations, but you have to build a certain standard too as well. Ghana or Africa homes are a lot stronger, probably 10 times stronger than the homes that are actually in the West. In the West, they use a lot of material that don't last long in hot tropical climates, like wood. uh, in Africa, they use a lot of concrete. They use some woods for the roofing or decking or something like that, but it's a lot of concrete. And I know where you have to have a house that can stand this type of heat, different type of heat uh, than you have in Ghana. Ghana's a more of a heat, but not a humid heat. It's almost like a dry heat. But I'm gonna tell you, this particular site right here, man, the wind is phenomenal. It blows all the time, and I'm telling you, if you build at this particular site where these lots are, you probably won't even have to have AC, especially not in the night once the sun go down. So it's a very unique place. Uh, don't know how much frontage is left. People are buying left and right. Um, I think there are some left, but if it isn't some left, which I know it is, but if you're willing to build right behind the lots that's already been bought, maybe not even 200, 300 feet walk to the beach, that's still perfect. Um, Actually, as you see, look at the terrain from the ocean, you see that the terrain goes up. So you'll be able to still build and still be able to look down upon the ocean, depending on what size house is in front of you. But it still would be access to the ocean. And I'm telling you, it is a blessing to be able to build this type of place for this customer. Um, they trusted us with the team, trusted us with their money. And I'm telling you, we don't have time to scam people, so don't think that we're here to scam. You see that little security house we erected out there? Well, that is for security. For just look, if you're gonna build and you're gonna have an open site like this without a wall, you want to keep a security man there, and it's relatively inexpensive, maybe 100 US a month. It can go up or down, but just giving you a starting point um, to have a security man there. As well, that you see now, they're beginning to lay out some of the walls, but this will be in the ground. So they're gonna pour concrete in the ground, and then they're gonna lay the pillars in the ground, the iron rods or the rebar inside of the ground. You see how they have this? That's the iron rods in the ground, and then they're gonna fill it up with concrete, and then once they do that, then they'll start laying blocks in the ground, and then once they do that, they'll start going on top of the ground, and they'll start also building the foundation as well. So you see, um, it's not an easy job, but hey man, in Africa, all things are possible. Your dreams are possible. You can come with a little bit of money and you can get it done. Now, you know, in the States, maybe in Europe, Canada, and abroad, and even in some of your island countries, like Jamaica, um, Trinidad, some of these places, you can't even buy oceanfront property now, Puerto Rico, because the super rich wants it. So even in the States, if you had to buy two lots this particular size, these are 80 by 100 lots. If you had to buy this in the States, you're looking at well over $2 million. And even put a house there, they would charge you in excess of another $2 million, depending on the size of the house and how many floors you have on the house. Because in America, you have to build by code, and it's special builders that build by the ocean that they want you to use. So, yeah, man, it's all about trying to understand the climate that we're in. When you look at how everybody going to war, and hey, man, this thing ain't gonna look good after a while. So if you can get out of the United Snakes of America, go ahead and get out. And look, why not relocate? Why not try to build and live abroad? Hey, man, you can go to any Western country in Africa and you could have your dream. So I'm here to just help you along the way. Not here to try to tell you what to do, but just trying to offer you options. Now you see we have already poured the concrete. These guys are smoothing it out, and you see that this house would be like Fort Knox by the sea. Now, this particular lot, home, we didn't build right at the edge of the property going forward to the ocean. We did that for a reason. As you look at high tide, we don't want the house too close, and no one can build in front of you, even down to the ocean. You have access to all of that oceanfront property. Here it is. We have the mats. They're placed in there, and the mats are for the pillars to be connected to, and so they're going to connect. And this is a massive house. I don't know if you can look at it and see how long it actually goes, but this house is huge. As you see there now, they got the blocks spread out, and they're laying blocks all over the place, and they're starting to lay and put this foundation together. And so yeah, now you see it's coming together. So now the inside sand, we'll pack that down. We'll pack it down, and then we'll have a foundation. So as you can see, we're coming along pretty good. So what's in the ground is 7 blocks down in the ground. So what that means is it's 7. The height of a block is probably about a foot. So it's 7 feet down in the ground. Always remember this, that the higher you go with a building, a large building, you're gonna have to go just as deep to make sure that the foundation is strong and sure. This is some of the sand that we get in. As you can see, some of this has a lot of roots and everything in it. Sometimes you can't avoid what type of sand the driver brings. You go out and you tell them what you need, and sometimes you get sand with roots in it. No alarms. All we got to do is just pull the roots out and go from there. As they're getting ready to use the sand, we just pull it out. And here they made a flat foundation here to mix the cement, and sometimes what they do when they don't have a foundation. So that's where we're going at with that. As you can see, it's coming along pretty good. We have the block masons. They are working in their craft, doing the things that they know they need to do. And I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a strong. Look how massive the site is. And this is a very strong foundation, very strong house. Look at that water. Imagine waking up to this. This is something a lot of times in the States or abroad, we don't have access to. But here in Africa, man, you can have access to whatever you desire. I'm telling you, this is a place where dreams come true. So yeah, whenever you're building, just make sure that you have an accessible road. So we got to make sure that you have an accessible road to be able to get material in there. And I'm telling you, these trucks are massive. That come in with the stones, come in with the sand, come in with your water. You also got to have a way to have water. You can't build without water because the cement requires it. So just know that whether you use a poly tank, whether you have a borehole, which is a well drill, you got to have water. With a poly tank, you can order water, and you can have water brought to your site. As you can see, look how nice the blocks are. They look. These guys are professional. Don't think that when you come to Africa, you're going to be using people that don't know what to do. Now, as you can see, these are pillars here. These are iron rods, and these are. I think I want to say, I know that we use 16 mm in the ground, and really, this place is built like Fort Knox. We didn't really need 16 mm, but we wanted to make sure that this place was really strong. But here it is. I think we're using maybe 16s now, but I think we use 20 mm in the ground, and we didn't really need to use 20 mm, so I'm correcting myself. But here you see the project is looking real nice. Look how big this house is. This house is huge. So if you want to build a 1-story, 2-story, 3-story, or even a 4-story house, 5-story, if you got it like that, you can do it. And it don't have to be as massive as this house. But hey man, if you got the time and money, you got the patience, you can get it done here in Africa, Ghana. So these guys are plugging away pretty good. And look at this pillar, man. That pillar was huge. You saw all the iron rods or the rebar that's coming out of that one pillar. That's a massive pillar. I'm telling you, these guys, you wouldn't believe it. You think you would have to have 20 or 30 guys on a project this massive, but when you get a couple guys, man, maybe about 6 or 7 guys, this work will. You see how it looks now. This work they won't stop until they take a lunch break, and they will continue to work to get the work done. That's how it's done in Ghana. So when you're in the States, everybody want to say that African Americans are lazy. Hey, they captured us from the west coast of Africa. So whether you came out of Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, wherever, hey man, we are the same people, and we was never lazy. That's the stigma and things that they put on top of us, that you people are lazy, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But hey, I'm telling you, if you cut our feet off, then how we gonna pull ourselves up by our bootstraps? But as you can see, these guys are very adamant of getting the job done right. One thing about Africa, one thing about Ghana, they have so many young people. So many young people. From the age of probably 25 on down, it's about 75-80%. That's what their population look like. So they got a enormous workforce. Trust me, you want to come and set up a warehouse, some type of corporation, it can be done because they have the workforce, the workhorses to be able to do it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so now you see that the foundation is set. It's setting up about 3, maybe 4 feet off the ground. So what we'll do here is taking backfill, fill in all of the little squares you see, and then we have to compact it very nice. And once we do that, then we'll lay the barrier, the membrane down that stop the moisture barrier. We will set that down, and then after that, this foundation is going to get poured. And I'm telling you, it's going to take at least 2, maybe 3 days to pour. So we got to order a mixer. Here, this site is not accessible by a cement truck, so we have to bring in our own mixer and mix everything on site. As you can see here, they're pouring the pillars and getting everything set. They're pouring all the pillars first before they go any further. So that's the way they do it here in Ghana. I mean, this house will be so strong. Now we know that this house is not stronger than God, the Most High. We know that the Most High can tear this house down, but we're just talking about in terms of building, in terms of craftsmanship and trade, how these guys take pride in what they do, and how strong they try to build a house. This house will be around about 7, maybe 10 generations, if not more and longer. It'll sit right here, untouched and unscathed by the elements. Now, also take in mind, when you're building by the oceanfront, you got to consider the salt. There's nothing you can do with the salt. The salt will deteriorate and rust iron, metal. It will eat at most material. So I want to just caution you, if you're building by the oceanfront, you're going to have a lot of maintenance. But hey, you only live once, right? Get what you want, and then when you pass it on to your children, make sure you build and use the best material for the job. When you pass it on to your children, it will be their responsibility to maintain it, and hopefully you can help them along the way as you retire and sit back, have your glass of wine, and enjoy the waves, right? So yeah, just teach your children that hey, this house has to be maintained, and a house this size, I don't know, I would take in, and if you had any rooms, you can bed and breakfast some of the rooms to bring in some type of income. I'm sure anybody from abroad would like to come and pull up a lawn chair, have a glass of wine, or enjoy a fresh coconut juice. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful spot. And look at this pillow. Look at the cement that sits in this foundation. It is unbelievable. This building is like it's like a hotel, a mini hotel. Look at the pillars. Man, they're gonna fill this up with so much cement and rock. It's gonna be a fortress, and that's what when you're getting a builder. This is what you're getting. You're getting someone that is gonna make sure that we get it right. I was saying before that when you get ready to build, you will have an architect. We can connect you with great architects that they're going to help you design your house, and you can get anything you want on your house. So don't, when you come to Africa, don't think that you can't build a modern house, and you can. Don't think that you can't get oceanfront property, and you can. Don't think that you can't get rural property and build your ranch house in Ghana. You can. Trust me, Ghana has so much farmland that's available and virgin land that you can do whatever you want to do. So hey, look, even if we haven't done something before, and we knew at the game, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but I'm telling you, we can connect you to whatever you need and whatever your desires are. So if you want to live closer to the city, just know that any place you buy the closest to Accra, which is the capital city of Ghana, you're gonna pay a little bit more money. If you buy a lot in the city of Ghana, you're gonna be upwards of almost $1 million. So hey, look, my time is out. Hey, check the screen out. Email us at pierce.nfum@outlook.com. Thank you guys for watching.